There are many groups and individuals working with young people in our region, but there are not many groups that do it just like Life Fundamentals. The head of that group is Selena Deschenes. Welcome, Selena.
Hi, how are you? Thank you for having me.
I'm very fine, thank you. First off, we've got to ask, what is Life Fundamentals?
So, Life Fundamentals are 5 fundamentals that I came across and I started living. I'd write them on my hands when I was about 17, 18 into the real world, and I realized that I can't be making a mess anymore. And they are: be a good leader, stay positive, take responsibility, be proactive, and never stop learning.
You are a 22-year-old young woman.
Yes.
You attend BCC. You're a student there. What would you like to do?
So right now I take human services, but I'd like to be a well-known philosopher and an actress.
Why not? So how many people are involved in Life Fundamentals?
So it actually just boomed this past 2 weeks, and now we have about a dozen leaders in our group. And the amount of participants fluctuate because we can go to the park and there'll be a dozen, 2 dozen kids at the park, or we can go to have one of our events and only 6 or 7 people show up. But regardless, it's on social media, so we have almost 500 followers on there as well.
You're looking to give people a voice, young people mostly. You work with kids like 11 to 25, somewhere in that range. 25 isn't really a kid, but you're looking to give people a voice that might otherwise not think of themselves as leaders in the community. How do you do that?
Yes, so the reason why we choose 11 to 25 is because between the ages of 0 to 12, we look at our parents for guidance. And then once we turn 12, we start looking at our peers for guidance. And I feel as though that's what's causing the dismay in our world. A lot of people aren't getting the best information from their parents, and then they're going into our world, and the ones who did get the best information are outnumbered and are becoming more problems in the community. So we start off by teaching the 5 fundamentals, and we ask that they follow them. Test your fundamentals. That's what I ask our leaders to do and to ask our community. And we go to the parks with water, fruit, basketball, chalk. And if people are on drugs and nodding out, we kindly ask them to leave. If people are fighting, we try to de-escalate the situation. We have a lot of classes that we still need to have and do. But for the most part, we do a pretty good job with the little knowledge that we have. We also, each and every one of us have different passions, so we have different events. One of my friends is very passionate about suicide awareness, so we have our suicide awareness event every September, where we light a candle for the lives lost, and we ask the community to write something that they would tell someone dealing with suicide or have lost the battle. Another friend of mine has a yoga event at Carabina's that'll be popping up where we implement the Life Fundamentals through yoga. Basically, we just have events and we do whatever we want as long as they follow the 5 fundamentals.
You are attempting to show people a more positive lifestyle.
That is my theory. I'm trying to push it.
Yeah. You are attempting to help people realize that the stuff over here is one thing, but there can be better stuff over here.
Yeah, I actually just came up with this quote this morning because I was really upset. And it's, when you stand by the world you love, the world you hate disappears in a day.
All right. You're looking, you guys hit the streets. How often have you done that? Now, we should say that the organization, Life Fundamentals, is right now a part of Third Eye.
Yes.
Which is a group that's been established in New Bedford for quite some time. Ben Gilbarg was the original founder of that group. But now you're working with Third Eye. You guys hit the streets. You work with kids, teaching them to be positive and taking responsibility. Holding events. I mean, that's a lot of work. How many events do you have?
It is a lot of work. But when you have people behind you, encouraging you and helping you step the way, it's not that hard. I have a wall full of all of our events. We've been in the newspaper once or twice. We've probably had about a dozen events in the past year. But I've been working on this program longer than that. So we go to the parks when we can. I'm not going to lie and say that we're all over the city because we're a very small organization and we're trying our best, soon to be holding on to grants to help us more. But if we can hit the parks once a week, once a month, I'm happy whenever we have the chance.
Suppose you're not welcome at these locations. I don't know if this has happened, but suppose you're not welcomed at these locations and there are other elements at the location kind of in charge. What then?
So I actually came across that exact situation when Mateo Morales had died last year. I was very passionate about going to the parks with the kids who are now like 15, younger, who are just involved and engulfed in this hate and this want to retaliate. So I went to United Front, and I have I don't. Other people have personal vendettas against me. But I still went anyways because I don't care about the negativity. I care about changing the positivity. So I went and I helped the kids, and I put the hashtag We Matter in the fence. We've put hashtag We Matter across a few places, gave them great ideas, and things went well. But when that one person that was really up against me came to me, she came to me through Facebook, and I handled it there, and I said, if you see me out and you really don't want me to be where you are, address me, and I will respect it, and I'll leave. And I did.
All right. So this is a fledgling group. It's just getting started, really, although you've been active in the last year, and you've visited parks. Where else do you go besides parks?
Well, this Saturday we'll be in downtown from 12 to 3. Downtown New Bedford, Life Fundamentals and Third Eye is having a Halloween event where Life Fundamentals and Third Eye will be passing out water with our 5 fundamentals on it, some natural candies, and just encouraging the kids to keep a positive environment, positive attitude, and be celebrating Halloween. We're on social media. Whenever people are arguing, our Life Fundamentals crew goes in and we have conversations, we communicate. We are basically in City Hall as well as we protested an ordinance last year. We're using an interdisciplinary approach, and we're hitting all angles. So if there's a place that we're not in yet, we are making our way towards it as well.
You're listening to Townsquare Sunday. My guest is Selena Deschenes of Life Fundamentals. Protesting in City Hall is an eye-opening experience, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It was fun. It was fun, but it was definitely nerve-wracking.
Did you win? Did you change minds?
Yeah, they threw out the ordinance, and I ended up being Dana Ribeiro's city...
What? Meet Dana Ribeiro?
No, I was her intern for a little while to help her out getting things done in the city.
All right. That must have been an interesting process, too. That opens you up to a whole new set of issues.
And more understanding and options.
I think you're absolutely right. How did the relationship with Third Eye happen? And how did it come together? So
I started working on this idea when I was 18, which is about 4 years ago, maybe sooner, but I really want to say concrete. When I was 18, I really started working on myself and following these 5 fundamentals. And about 3 years ago, I began trying to share my idea with others and get other nonprofits on board. At that moment, I have a big binder here that has a lot of information, but at that moment, I just had the idea in my head. So a lot of larger organizations kind of pat me on the head and kicked me out the door, like, you're only 19, what do you know about this? And so I just kept pushing through, and I had my event. And then I worked with Third Eye this past summer to get more kids involved in the Third Eye Unlimited event, get the buzz going, help set things up. And Carrie Cox, who is now the president of Third Eye, recognized the ambition that I have and also the importance of my mission, and she feels as though we would fall perfectly under Third Eye and be able to help enforce their mission as well.
And so you've been doing the work for how long? Actually doing the work, not planning or coming up with the idea.
I feel as though me working on myself with the 5 fundamentals was the beginning of my work.
Sure, yes, I would agree.
So I would say 4 years, but working outwardly, it's been 3.
All right. How can people get in touch with you or the group?
So we do have a Facebook page, which is Life Fundamentals. Life Fun is capitalized. Our hashtag is We Matter, so anytime that pops up, it usually tags right back to our Facebook. We also have an email address at nblifefundamentals@gmail.com. And you can also go through Third Eye to get in contact with us and possibly be a part of the movement.
That's what I wanted to have you recruit. Now, you've recruited some people. They're joining you in this quest, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many?
About a dozen at the moment.
About a dozen, I think you mentioned that. And what has this done for you? What has this done for you? Listen, you talk very passionately about this. What has it done for you in your life?
It's changed my life. Yeah. My mom tells me that I'm doing too much sometimes. And I tell her if I'm not doing too much, I won't want to do anything. Yeah. The world that we live in isn't a world I really want to live in, so I'm trying to make the changes. So it's changed my view and my outlook of myself. It's changed my view and my outlook of my peers. It's changed the view and my outlook of my community, my world.
You want the world to be more giving, yes. More forgiving, perhaps.
Empathetic. Empathy is very important. Yeah. Less hopelessness, more drive. Yeah, things along those lines.
All right. Well, Selena, good luck with this. This is a wonderful way to look out at life and approach things. I want you to stay safe. Working with kids can be a tough job, especially kids you might not know, but sometimes other young people are some of the best people to do that. They can make a difference. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, New Bedford lit the world once before, and it can light it again.
That's exactly right. You've been listening to Townsquare Sunday, heard every Sunday at 6 a.m., 1420 WBSM. My thanks to my guests, of course, and WBSM production director Jason Kent and digital producer Casey Sylvia for their work in getting the program on the air and on our website. Remember, if you miss a portion of this program, you can catch up by visiting our website, WBSM.com. All the segments are listed there. You can listen when you want to. I'm Jim Phillips. Until next Sunday, have a pleasant week and a terrific Sunday.